You speak about awards, Alok. And I said, okay, I will speak about awards. So first of all, I want to tell you a personal story. I grew up in Old Gururgam. I have an older sister. She's about 4.5 years older to me. And of course, she was much more academically brilliant and overall brilliant than me. One day when I was 6 years old, my father was in the government college next to MDI in Gurgaon, and my mother was at SCRT. They took me, my sister was going for a painting competition. It's a true story. I think this is the first time I'm sharing it. I think I privately shared it in E4M. And my parents also took me along. There was a painting competition. And while my sister was participating, I was kind of +1. And my parents said, oh, you also participate. So I participated. I drew a mouse, and I won the second prize. So my tries with award started, I guess, subconsciously then I was thinking. And sometimes I am at social get-together and people say, oh, you are the guy who does the awards, right? So I tell them, एक आदमी जो events करता है, he's done well. वो प्रधानमंत्री बन गए, तो हम भी कहीं पहुंच ही जाएंगे. So I am not on the back foot. And why I'm not on the back foot? First, I think encouragement matters. Encouragement from the right, credible platforms matter. And most importantly in a world, this is more for you. Aman, I wrote down, I made simple. I'm sure the PR space is very cluttered, if I may use the word. It's very competitive. There are all kinds of players, mom and pop players, single individual players. How do you create value? It is about value creation. It's about how well you persevere and what are the relationships you nurture. And I think for whatever little I've seen, if you're good at building relationships, you're very persistent, and there's genuinity. So I wish you luck. Now coming to awards, I started Exchange for Media 23 years back. I wanted to build a B2B e-commerce marketplace for the media industry. I didn't want to build a media company for them. So we started, this was exactly 23 years back around this time. And we were ahead of time. Building a marketplace then for media was possibly ahead. I was 28.5 years old. And then it became we started, just stay on this slide for a while. We started building content and we became the homepage of everybody in the marketing, advertising, media, communication space. And with all humility, we are the pioneer and everyone copies us. Some not even well, most not even well, but we'll stay ahead. I promise you, Anu. Even in the PR COPCOM domain, we'll stay ahead. And it's good to have competition, and life is about abundance. People should do well. You should share people's success, because whatever is written in your life is preordained. I'm a Hindu prarabdha. जो मेरी लाइफ में होना है वो तो होना है, तो why should I not cheer somebody else's success? I'm sure if I send them positive energy, they will also send me positive energy back. So Exchange for Media became the homepage of everybody. And I want to tell you, 18 years back I started a tab on E4M on PR and COPCOM, and my team said to me, why are you doing this? But and see how well this community has developed. 15 years back we started our first PR and COPCOM awards. No one else used to do it. Now everyone has copied. But anyway, originals are originals anyway. As long as they stay relevant and they continue to reinvent. So, because, why are awards? Why do awards matter? One, of course, there's social media, there's FOMO. But why they also matter is there is a war for talent. So you want to say your organization is the best. And there is a very few, the talent pool is short, is small. So you want to, the war for talent, why do great places to work? We do our happiest places. There is a war for customers. Hence you also want to say in the marketplace that you're better in this aspect. And there is war for capital, whether it's working capital or private equity, funding. So you also want to make a difference. Startups want coverage because, it helps them in either of these three. So next slide. This was on Monday. This is our Impact 30 under 30. Impact, for those of you who are from this industry, know the 19th year of impact. We still publish the weekly every week. Of course, a little thinner, lesser advertising, but not the quality is the same that was 19 years back. So this is a Impact 30 under 30. And you look at the Mr. Sanjeev Mehta was our chief guest, and 28 of the 30 winners were physically there. 12 were there with their full families, and it was an outing for them. And for most of them, it was their first award, except 3, 4. So it was very special for them. You know, some of them said, "Oh, my parents are here; they don't know what I do, but now I guess they know what I do." So this is Monday, and we looked just before we started the awards for 2 hours. We had the past winners. This was the 10th year of the Impact 30 under 30. And look at how well they've done. They would have done well irrespective of the award. I must tell you that. I tell people that awards are, it makes you feel good, it gives you some recognition, it gives you some, you know, personal branding, but do your real work. So they were kind enough to give us credit, but I think it's the other way. They make our awards look good. Then yesterday, this is yesterday, and by the way, I'll go to an awards after this. So I'm not apologetic about it. This is our Urdu, first edition of the Urdu Journalism Awards. और मैंने कल वहाँ बोला कि I was thinking what would I say there? I'm going to do Urdu awards. My father speaks very good Urdu, writes very good Urdu. Of course, we love Urdu poetry. And yesterday was World Heart Day, so मैंने बोला कि आज World Heart Day और दिल की जुबान तो उर्दू ही. तो इतनी दुआ मिली मुझे कल. People, because in Urdu there is no awards, and of course Exchange for Media with 23 years of being in this domain, 20th plus year of the newsletter, and continuously doing what, so they knew and they were happy. I mean, we did our news broadcast awards last month, and of course there are sites that write about our awards. We are happy. They don't know enough. One site wrote we have only 22 lakh revenue. We have 10 times that revenue, right? And we're not apologetic about it. We're on the front foot, and we don't even worry. When I was younger, I used to worry about what people say. I just keep doing what I do. This was yesterday, and again the chairman of the jury, just go back. The chairman of the jury was Mr. S.Y. Qureshi, and this award I had no role. By the E4M, I don't have an operational role, except I run INBA because I like running it. Ruhel did it, there was no role except for showing up. And I didn't even know the winners, but I was happy, the kind of appreciation, and we felt there was a need for it. Because there's no award in the Urdu journalism, and it is neglected. So they were very happy, and media professionals are a core part of our community. So I want to come to the question, next slide. Are awards vanity or do they serve a purpose? Or ask me. I didn't, but the winners did.
I was just wondering, while you were there, you could have actually said something. I was thinking. So
yeah, but मेरे को authentically मेरे को उर्दू आती नहीं है. अभी भी मैं आज prepare करके आया, but it's not authentic part of me. So, but I've been to Pakistan. I do a large South Asia Media Summit, which I haven't done for time. I've been to Islamabad, Lahore, Karachi. So, आवाम में तो कोई फर्क है नहीं. People of whatever जो है मुल्कों के बीच में वो है. जी. So coming to the awards, are awards vanity or they serve a purpose? Why do we do it? And some of these initiatives don't even make money for it. People don't know, but they're part of our larger offering. We make money from something. Not everything is for money. When I started Exchange for Media News Broadcast Award, Nawal, who's my co-founder, partner, wanted to shut it down in the second year, saying it loses money. I had nothing doing. It's a core community, we'll do it. And for the first 3 years, it didn't make money. So the question is, do awards serve a purpose? Yes. They serve a purpose. First, in a world full of competition, appreciation matters. In a world full of pressure, these are days to celebrate. I was at the BW CFO World Awards last year, and there were 2 people who were crying because they said when we got the award the first time, it changed our life. They were giving us far too much credit than we should get. It's their work, honestly. But the fact that it meant something to them, because they are about third-party valuation. a third party's validation matters. And they're about, if you can use the awards, you can project it in the right way, it can motivate you, it can build a personal brand, it can serve either of those purposes of getting better talent or getting better customers or getting more capital, then they are. I mean, Chahat was there at our Health Tech, BusinessWorld Health Tech Awards in Bangalore last week, right? Last week, Wednesday, right? Look at the winners, incredible quality of winners, I mean, I felt it was great to be there and just learn from their story. There was a 16-year-old who then turned out to be my daughter and son's friend, which I learned later. I didn't even know. And then I met her name was the girl, Anushka. 16-year-old, doing so much work in that domain. So really third-party validation, and it's a community. We create a community of all our winners. They collaborate, they talk to each other. So awards they don't just end there. Now we are doing an Impact 30 under 30 winners celebration of 10 years. See, we are deeply in this community. So it's not like we're here today, it's a long-term engagement. And then it is also editorial content for us. This is a special issue on the 30 under 30 winners. Average age is 28 of the winners. So we have a locus stand. It's the 19th year. Now, the locus standi matters. Who is doing the award? And I've got to, maybe 2-3 years back I was a little different. I'm about 50, it makes a difference. You start thinking different, my children. And growing up, my wife just called saying, Prasanna, who's our son, also wants to go to the US. अब ये भी चला जाएगा. आपकी फोटो देखते रहता हूँ स्वाति. आप अपने बच्चों की फोटो लगाती है. So, she was very emotional in the morning while I was coming here. I said, ठीक है, देखेंगे, चलिए होगा. So, the locus standi matters. Who are you? And other people who do awards, there are somebody reaches out to me saying ये awards कैसे है. मैं किसी के बारे में बुरा नहीं बोलता हूँ. पहले बोलता था. मैं I used to run them now because जिसकी भी है, it is a livelihood for them. It should do well. I don't want to be too logical about things. I used to be too logical. I am not. And we do our best. It's okay. Life is about abundance. Life is about coexistence. Credibility matters. Most importantly, look at our juries. I can say our juries are the best. Even in this domain, our juries, everyone's copied from it. Again, the pool is same. In the areas that no one does awards, we do. Look at our juries where we peg it. I mean, I was telling our health tech, Mr. Shibula's daughter-in-law was there and her husband was there. Shreyas was there at the health tech and he was praising the jury. I said, yes, the jury makes a difference. The English Journalism Awards will happen at 12:15. Sukumar is the jury chair for the second year. He's not even selected 40 people. He said, I only found 18 people worthy. Out of 250, 300 people. So we've only selected 300 people, or 18 people. That the jury chair decides. It's his. Shashi Shekharji was our Hindi journalism. And some of the jury chairs maybe listen to me. Like I have a point of view on someone. There are some who tell me that you keep out. 90% I keep out. I'm happy about it. Like I want to tell you, so the jury, the quality of jury matters. And honestly, we don't have a brief for jury, for or against. Our role is if there are 300 entries, we want to show 100 to the jury. Time utna hi hai. We want to show them little filtered, qualified entries. So that's where our role comes in, Chetan, right? Process matters. The fact that if we get a media platform, we can amplify, it can mean something in the community, it matters. The past cohorts matter. We had 10 of our Impact 30 under 30 winners that are, looking at them, I felt good. And, it's an event that had no sponsor. So I was not happy about that. Right? But the event was so good that I said, man, it's okay. And, I tell you, my children, my daughter is 20, my son is 16. Like, at my Social Impact Awards on 6th September, somebody went who was very well known to my daughter. He said, Papa, you didn't tell me she's in the US. I said, I don't know who participates in my awards, who don't. I don't know, Peter. Right? But the fact is, my children, it means a lot. Like last year, Prarthana did not enter the SC20 and at 20 they have a. This year she's entering because otherwise she'll be more than 20. So the past cohorts matters. And also awards are about continuity. I mean, I've been doing this for 23 years and now in business world in various, we look at what we did last year, how can we make it better? What is the excitement for us? Forget the community. First, we have to be also excited about her. So, awards are about continuity. And, I was preparing this at last night I came home at 9:30, 9:45, and I slept at 11:20. Awards are like red wine, they mature, so to say, just to give you that. The longer you do it, and you do it well, and you do it with the right process, the community is with you. And I'll tell you two things. I was thinking, what would I say? And I want to be very real. We have an entry fee. That doesn't mean you'll win an award. 300-400 entries आती है awards में. Or 40 under 40. Aman Gupta's first award in his life was a 40 under 40. He still talks to me about it. We do it honestly. Alok is there. He's been jury chair of some of our stuff. Apurvi will get you involved more. We have no brief. So some people, I remember we had a 30 under 30 in BW, and one of the guys wrote to the jury chair saying, oh, they are charging 15,000 rupees for entry. Oh, they will give me an award for, we have a mail ready for him, which basically, sorry, pardon my French, you presumptuous prick, but we don't say it like that, but we know we read it like that. And we send that mail to him. Because don't assume that you'd even get shortlisted. And there was, in COVID, there was one more private equity leader, I won't take his name, who was on our jury. And he said, oh, you're charging money. Private equity guys telling us we are charging us money. Hello? And nobody tells you to go and have a tea at Oberoi. It costs 500, 600 bucks. Have it wherever. This is also nice tea on the road for 10 bucks. We didn't tell you to participate in our award. Right? We didn't price it. It's not part of a business model. If you're not financially stable and independent, we will compromise. And there is a lot to improve, honestly. I continuously think, how do we take what we do better? Now, I have to run in 5 minutes, but I have your attention, and it is my favorite topic to speak on. I speak about it. It's the quality of sleep. I think generally Indians sleep less. I hope there is an equivalent of a world sleep study in India. If not, we'll do it. I think our life, our relationships, our health, our thinking is better when we sleep better. I read this book last week for the second time again, because my wife was complaining, Annurag, you sleep 10 hours, 12 hours, what is wrong with you? She gets up at 5, 6, I get up at 8, sometimes at 9. But I'm active till 12, and my high energy comes from my good quality sleep. And as I read this book again, quality of sleep, so we all compromise on sleep. I don't check mails in the night. Monday night I did, and it spoiled my Tuesday. It's a lovely book. There is a YouTube talk also you can watch. So it is the biggest foundational pillar for your health. Your nutrition is second, and your movement and activity is the third. But if this is not right, everything else won't matter that much. So please, I don't feel guilty or oversleeping. That's one thing. I feel guilty if I don't work on a Sunday. Like Tuesday, Wednesday, I only work 6 hours, which is like half of my day. I slept at 7:30 on Tuesday. I slept on 7:30 on Wednesday. Normally I sleep around 10:30, 11. Right? So sleep is a very important part. Don't neglect it. Also, I want to ask you, what is the single most important issue that is impacting the world right now? Most important. So it is climate change. I do read magazines, and go to the next slide. Go to the same book. ये इसका नया edition है, वो पुराना edition है. Same book है. Go to the next. So I subscribe to Time. I also buy it from Stand. But I was at the Habitat Library. I was meeting a journalist anchor friend of mine who wanted to meet at a little place where less people are there. So I was meeting him and reached 20 minutes ahead, like I did today. I today reached 40 minutes ahead of time. And I was sitting there, and I picked up this issue, and the cover of the Time magazine said, the most important place on earth. And ironically, it's not on earth, it's the ocean. The climate change issues are real. In oceans, the temperature are rising by 10 degrees, 12 degrees, 14 degrees. And, I'm simplifying, but when you read the issue, that the large mammals in the oceans do a when their excreta hits the ocean bed, it actually absorbs a lot of carbon dioxide. So when the oceans shrink, they have a huge impact, the flora and fauna. So really, in whatever work you do in communication, do keep this in mind that it is a real issue, it is not a hoax. We are seeing what's happening. In Africa, summers are coming 4 months ahead, 4 months ahead. So, so I was with my daughter last year, 9th April. She was speaking at a UN summit and there was the head of the Navy and he was talking about oceans. When I read this story, he was saying similar things. I said, man, it's real because we don't think about it. And I want to end by recommending, I believe we all humans are very kind. I met a lot of kind people in my life where whatever little I have achieved. I read this book in March called Humankind. It's by a young Dutch philosopher called Rutger Bregman. And then I read his second book called Utopia for Realists. And his second book, which is called Humankind, is basically he does research over 150 years, 200 years to say that human beings are very kind. He does research. He's gone and met people in New Zealand, gallivanted across, and then storytelling, and then data, and beautiful anecdotes. So it basically says human beings are very kind, which is what I've experienced. Sometimes insecurity makes us aggressive, but by and large, human beings are very, very kind. It's a lovely read. I want to recommend. And another book, Apur, it is written by Naval Ravikant. It's based on his tweets. Actually, it's not written by him. Yes. Yeah. So it's written by a Swedish guy. I've forgotten his name. Very Johansson kind of name. Eric. Whatever. Eric Johansson would be like Mr. Sharma in Delhi, right? Right. So it's called and it was on all bestsellers list. And sometimes when books are, they disappoint you, they're too hyped up. But I read it, it's lovely. I do a lot of things subconsciously in the book, except for the cold baths that he talks about. Of course, he read the Vedas. I have not yet read the Vedas. But these are books I want to recommend. I wish you luck. And awards will matter as long as you do well in your life. Like a lot of people startups come to me and ask advice. I am also the chair of the MDI alumni. I'm also, till 8th July this year, I was on the board for last 3.5 years of MDI. And some of my MDI friends come and talk to me. I say, build a company, we'll find you. Don't focus on media, engage. At every meeting shouldn't be, there's a word in PR, relationship building meeting. You should do a lot more relationship building meetings. Just tell what you are doing. So when we are doing a relevant cover, we will talk to you. So this is what it is. In Business World, we've now built 27 communities. Our hospitality community is the number one. And we get 3 times the yields than the next guy. So it's not left to, it's not my view. It's the market's view, okay? My event is on 20th and 21st October at the Pullman. I know how much money we are counting in that event. It's all pull. So if you're number one, our legal community is number one. We've started a police community 3 years back. We've not yet launched it. Every day the newsletter goes out. Marketing world. Because I have E4M, I don't do much in marketing, but this year we'll change that. We'll do a lot more in marketing. In PW marketing world, we are building PR world. Chetan is here and Dreema are here. So we'll do a lot more. We have a locus standi editorially. The key is to be able to reinvent what you do and do it honestly. We do a lot of things for commercial. Awards we don't sell. We do a lot of things. We're a media company, we have to buy. There are sponsored slots at events, speaker slots. There are some people in the jury who won't know they're paid jury because they want to get reflected hello. We do all that. We sell advertorial, all kinds of things we do in events. But awards we don't. Can the awards be better? Yes. In every award our process can be better, our content can be better, and we endeavor. So I'll leave it at that.